There it is. So Mr. Arnold went to a zoo where they had a pen with a bunch of chickens and pigs. He decided to count how many legs he saw and how many heads he saw instead of counting each type of animal. There were 13 heads and 46 legs. How many of these animals were pigs? So you're going to have 4 minutes. Let's go with 4 minutes to figure this out. So talk to your partner. If you're writing it, taking notes, think about your process. If you finish early, try and come up with a different way to figure it out. Just make sure you guys are talking. What do you know? What do you need to know? Ooh, that's good. That's gonna help.
So each chicken and each pig, so the chickens would be C. So if you choose C, or P.
Wayne, that sounds really, really good. Make sure Zelm knows what you're talking about when you explain it.
I'm solving so chickens is C. So choose
That looks really good. Start so far. Make sure that let's go. All right. So what does C stand for?
46 total. Then you can try and get each variable on like one side and then plug in two. Then to set up another equation for it. So let's try and get C by itself. So subtract 4p on both sides.
2c plus 4p.
So what is 26 x if you don't know?
46 minus 4p divided by 2 on both sides. Equals
2c plus 4p.
43.
Well, then you have to substitute the 13.
So and then another equation is 5.
So confusing. I don't like it. I just like multiplying.
All right, so we're 2 minutes in. Should I have 2 more minutes?
Just go look at the animals and go home.
So what do you guys think? Okay. You don't have to do that. That's one way you can do it. I like that you're thinking about that. You could just do the guess and check too. That's another way. So either way, however you need to get to the answer, you can do it.
How about 46? Oh, wow.
What?
10 pigs and 3 chickens.
10 pigs and 3 chickens?
Yeah, 4.
Think about what that would be. How many legs would that be?
10 pigs. 10 times 4, 40. And then you get 3 chickens, 2 and 2, 6. 46.
You got it.
Show.
How'd you think about how you got there? How'd you get that? Talk to Jordan. How did you come up? All right, so we have 1 more minute. I'm going to extend it. I'll give us 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. If you finish early, think about another way to solve this. What's another way you can do this? All right, it's a really good start.
5, 1,
What do you think?
11
now?
and a half. So then,
Oh, so you got 10 pigs?
if you were to
Okay, you
subtract
made a
these
guess.
two,
Could they be like 10 pigs and
maybe
How many would that be? How many legs?
that's 46?
And how many heads would that be? Does that work? Yes, it does. So you did it by how? How'd you figure that out? Okay. You did it in your head. Think
Wait,
about
what's the
what was
sequel
going
right
on in
here?
your head.
Because like this equals the number.
Well, 24 and 10, it would represent how many,
For each chicken, they have 2 legs, so they're like 3.
legs. So,
You need the most.
that means they're not, that wouldn't add up.
So what are you guys trying to do here?
Like, if instead, well, it's on our final answer. If there's 13 chickens, no, if there's 46 legs, and then for each chicken is 2 legs, and then 5 chickens would be from all chickens, then how many pigs would it be from just all pigs? And then
Okay,
Try to
cool.
go
And
from
then you
there.
can guess and check. Nice, and that's good. You're putting a system behind your guessing and check. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back. So, as I said, the focus here is really not on the answer, but on thinking about the cognitive process that went on in your head. What were you thinking when you were able to working toward that answer? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around to each pair, and I'm going to have you guys explain what it is that you did. So let's start with this group right here. Did you guys get an answer? No. No. Okay. What did you try doing?
I tried multiplying.
Well, guys, so let's remember the norm: one voice, one mic. So if we could all put our pencils down, I appreciate you trying to work through it. But it's okay if you didn't get the answer. I realize that you were all putting a lot of effort in. Just want to make sure we're actually listening to each other, what we're saying. So just make sure you're really paying attention here. Okay. So what were your thoughts?
I tried multiplying 4 by 13 to see how many pigs there would be.
Okay. So 4 by 13. Why 4 times 13?
Because there's 13 heads, so pigs have 4 legs.
Okay, so you realized this was a big thing. And I didn't tell you that, right? I didn't say, oh, pigs have 4 legs, chickens have 2, right? That was something that you need to say, well, it's not given to me, but what do I know about this situation? And that's what persevering is. It's thinking about what it is that you actually do have and making the best out of that. Okay, so you did 4 times 13, and what did that give you?
52.
52. So what did that tell you when you saw that 4 times 13 is 52?
It was too high.
Too high. So
Then I did 4 times 11, and then I got 44, 11 pigs and 1 chicken.
okay, and did that give you the right answer?
I don't know.
So you said 4 times 11 is 44. How many chickens would that leave us with then?
1 chicken.
Well, how many heads were there?
13.
13. So if we have 11 pigs, how many?
Or you
2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 44 and 4 is 48. Is that going to work? No. Okay, so you're guessing and checking, and if you would have kept going with that, you would have gotten the answer.
10.
It is 10. All right, let's go to this group right here. So you guys working with some variables, right? So could you explain what you did?
Well, we were just like thinking of like how many legs there were. So 2 chicken, like a chicken has 2 legs, and a pig has 4. So we put 2C and 4P.
Okay, what does the C stand for? So you put 2C, 4P. C stands for what about the chickens?
2 legs.
Well, the 2 is the 2 legs, right? So what does the C represent? How many chickens, right? So the P represents how many pigs, and that's ultimately what you're trying to find, right? So usually when you're setting up an equation, the variable that you're going to solve for is the one that you're actually looking for. So we could say C equals number of chickens, and then P equals number of pigs. So you should always make a key as well when you're doing this, so you know exactly what those variables mean. Okay, so what did you do? 2C and 4P, what did you do with that?
We got stuck.
You got stuck there. All right, Elaine, what'd you do?
I set up the equation. So they told us that there's 46 legs total, so that would match with how many legs per chicken or pig. So you do 2C plus 4P equals 46.
Equals 46. Perfect, I'm gonna pause you right there. Does everyone see why 2C plus 4 times P is gonna equal 46? 2 times the number of chickens, that's gonna be how many legs, right? So if we have 2 chickens, how many legs would we have? 4. If we had 5 chickens, how many legs would we have? 10. So that's the power of a variable, is you can plug in anything and figure it out. Same thing with 4 times P, right? The number of pigs is P, so 4 times 3, let's say if you had 3 pigs, it would be 12. Okay, Elaine, what'd you do then?
And then I was gonna plug. Okay, so I know you just have 2 equations, and then you have to plug in 1 variable. So you have to like narrow it down to 1 variable. So that would be trying to get C by itself. So you subtract 4p on both sides.
Okay, well think about this. Are we gonna, if we have 2 variables and only 1 equation, are we gonna be able to solve? Are we gonna be able to get
No.
either one of them? So what do we need? Is there another equation that we can make? Because go ahead, Elaine. So let's go ahead and do what you said. So what did you say? What were you gonna do? Isolate for C or P?
Subtract 4p on both sides.
Okay.
And then you get 2c equals 46 minus 4p. And then you divide by 2 on both sides.
Okay. So we get C equals 23 minus 2P.
And then you're supposed to have another equation that you're supposed to plug that into, which is c, and then isolate it.
Okay. So great start. Can anyone tell us another equation that we can make? We knew something would equal 46. What else could we set something equal to? Anyone else have any ideas? Yes.
C plus b equals 13.
Yes. So the other equation we have is C plus P equals 13. Jose, why is that an equation?
Wait, what?
Why could we say that? What did C stand for?
Chickens.
What about chickens? Number of them, right? So the number of chickens plus
Number of pigs.
is equal to,
13.
how do we know that?
Because you wrote it down?
How do we know that? How do we know that from the problem?
Because there was 13 heads.
So do you see why we could say C plus P equals 13? Okay, this is now a system of equations. So you have one equation here that Elaine showed us, and then we had another one, and now we could say, okay, well, instead of putting C here, I want to have only 1 variable to solve for. So how can I get it so I could be able to plug something other than C here? Should see more than 1 hand. Someone from this row? Nikita, what are your thoughts? Any idea?
No.
Okay. Well, this is one of the things that you guys are going to be learning about over the next 2 weeks. I realize we're just starting systems. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate for C. So I could say, well, I'm going to subtract P, and then I could say C equals 13 minus P. And now I can, instead of putting C here, what can I put? 13 minus P, right? So, sorry, I realized that's kind of sloppy. So we could say 13 minus P equals 23 minus 2P. Let me rewrite this, okay? So we have now 13 minus P equals 23 minus 2P. Could someone tell me what I should do next? Moses, what would you do? 13 minus P equals 23 minus 2P.